Hi, I'm Bengur. Today we're interviewing Senator Pugh for Mayor of Baltimore.
Well, let me just say that most people don't know that I came to Baltimore as a teenager and went to Morgan State University and studied business, and I left there as an adult with a master's degree in business administration. I also started out in banking as a branch manager and manager at Equitable Trust, and then became a credit analyst, analyzing businesses' financial statements to help determine their line of credit. I also worked for the Council for Equal Business Opportunities, and what I did was put together business packages for individuals in our city to help expand and grow their businesses. So I have quite an understanding of the economic development community. I have also created the 50 Leading Black Business List a number of years ago. I own my own business. I own a couple of businesses currently, as well as I've been a fundraiser and a business developer in the city for a number of years. So I am the one person in this race who understands the political side of what it takes to be a mayor, as well as the business side. I was a part of helping unite Baltimore. I've been a member, helped start the President's Roundtable, been engaged with the Greater Baltimore Committee. In fact, received their Bridging of the Gap Leadership Award. I serve on a number of boards and commissions, 23 to be exact, in this city, including the University of Maryland Medical Systems, where I created the Minority Business Enterprise Committee, and it is a standing committee of the board where I've helped expand and grow businesses throughout the city. So I think my background certainly does qualify me to understand economic development and the business community here. Well, let me just say again, having not just city and state relationships, as Barack Obama said when he invited me to sit with the First Lady during the State of the Union address, it is because of the work that I've done. Well, when I look at the city, what I believe that the city needs in terms of someone who can create jobs and opportunities is someone whose reach is beyond Baltimore, because I believe that we ought to look at how do we bring more businesses to this city, whether it's from Prince George's County or Virginia, or across the waters. Manufacturing and all the technology opportunities that exist in the city is an opportunity for us to create and expand businesses in the city. What I look at, first of all, is the idea of not just creating big businesses in the city, but investing in small business opportunities. For example, I put together a package plan for the Baltimore Development Corporation, and what I talk about is the need to create a retail strategy in our city because we have so many empty storefronts. And I said, you can do that by just investing in the people who live in our city. One of the things I'm going to do is put in my budget about $5 million a year to jumpstart about 100 new retail establishments in this city. And I was showing them through my proposal, Think Out of the Box, how we could do that. Because I had invested in a small business in Pigtown, I asked them, you can't, in these little empty corridors, put one business there at a time. You've got to put, at least 10 businesses, jump-starting them all at the same time. And so what I wanted to do was create a granting program. And people said, well, where are these potential entrepreneurs? I said, well, in Baltimore, they're all over the place. For example, if you go to the farmers markets on a Sunday morning underneath the bridge, or you go to 33rd Street on a Saturday morning, you'll see a whole bunch of entrepreneurs in waiting. Or in Druid Hill Park on a Wednesday afternoon during the summer months, or in any of the malls where you see a number of these small businesses operating out of carts. So what I wanted to do was to expand these corridors by offering these entrepreneurs who live in our city $25,000 grants to jumpstart their businesses. And when somebody says, well, how do you sustain them? I said, well, what I would do is offer them, if they would sign a 5-year lease, $1,000 a month would also be a part of their grant. And then couple that with the Office of Employment Development, where we'll do a retail training strategy for individuals and provide them with 2 employees a year. And then if they would sign a second 5-year lease, we'd do it one more time, which would guarantee that corridor for about 10 years. So that's how you begin to invest in small businesses. And when I look at, for example, Howard Street, I said, that should be the eclectic marketplace for Baltimore, where you are marketing the wares and the restaurants and so forth that demonstrate that this is Baltimore City when people come into our communities. We've done a great job in the downtown area of creating opportunities for business growth and expansion. I just want to see it expand to some of those neighborhoods that don't have them, whether it is in Reservoir Hill or Bolton Hill or even in Sandtown, Winchester, because we've got to create sustainable businesses that lead to jobs and opportunities for people. One of the other things I've done, at least this session, is to ask the governor to look at how do we create more supermarkets in our area, in our city. For example, Baltimore City has about 44 supermarkets, only 25 are actually full service markets. And I'm a person of best practices, so I started looking at what was happening in Pennsylvania and Illinois. Pennsylvania jump-started 88 new supermarkets by virtue of going to the state and saying, what other incentives besides tax credits can we offer stores and supermarkets to come to our cities? And so what they did was they created a package coupled with the state and local jurisdictions, which ended up creating something like 88 new supermarkets in the state of Pennsylvania, which created 5,000 new jobs. So those are some of the things. But you know, I have relationships nationally and internationally. I'm invited to China this year. I'm invited to Japan this year to talk with the ambassadors and economic development people there about how do we bring industry to our city. As you well know, one of the greatest growing technologies in our city and in our state is solar energy. And I'd love to see us have a solar manufacturing plant right here in Baltimore because solar is growing. And the RPS has been expanded in the state of Maryland, so that's going to create more opportunities to expand those industries. We've got wonderful technology growing here in Baltimore. I see us being the Silicon Valley of the East Coast, and we can do that. But that takes vision, leadership, and a mayor that understands the importance of growing business in this city.